do have a co-host today. He's the host of The Tonight Show right now. He's doing such a good job. I'm loving him. I'm talking about Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guys.
Sammy.
And the greatest driver.
Jennifer.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Sammy.
only $5.
What?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
All right, guys, let's get through these safety rules. Number one is the most important. I need to make sure everybody stays sitting all the way down in your seats the entire time, okay? If anyone stands up, Jennifer cannot pull the tram forward, and we'll all stare at you. So stay sitting all the way down in your seats the whole time. Keep those hands, arms, legs, feet, all body parts inside the tram at all times. If you do have an emergency, like a medical emergency, or you drop something off the side of the tram, no need to worry. Take a look up. You'll see that big, long emergency cord that runs right down the center of the tram. You just pull that baby, and I'll be back to help you as soon as I can. And finally, you're more than welcome to have cameras and cell phones out for taking pictures. Just hold on to them very tightly. We're going to have a lot of center tram movements and a lot of water effects. But don't worry, you guys. You're only going to get wet if you're sitting in a blue seat today. All right, you guys. Here we go. Down. My seat is black, you guys. Take a look at the movie posters on either side of the tram, and take a look at this classic black and white film on your screen.
I have the room ready for you, Mrs. Harrington.
Thank you, Will.
Did you hear that?
Not quite, darling, but still very nice.
Hello. Yes?
Heavy bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. And make sure that we...
Guys, take a look at that bellhop. That's not a classic black and white movie. That's my co-host, Jimmy Fallon, filming inside of one of our sound stages. Now, a soundstage looks like a big warehouse, and in just a second on your left-hand side, you're going to see soundstage number 12. I'll give you a hint as to what show films inside of there. I'm going to let my buddy Carson tell you all about it.
Hey everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12 and happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot.
That's right, The Voice. You can see the logo right on the front, filmed right there inside. It's so big inside of that soundstage.
It's very bouncy.
A lot of classic blockbuster movies in there, like the ones I'm going to show you on your screens right now.
Food truck.
Shows you guys. I'm going to show you a few shows that we're the permanent home to. On your left-hand side, Soundstage 25, all the way down to 22, is home to CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. Guys, if you look on your left-hand side, right before the trailer at the end, you'll see a sign that says, "Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada," which is where CSI is supposed to take place. Here's your big secret. They don't film it in Vegas. They only film about 5% of it in the real Vegas. The rest is all filmed right there inside those sound stages. On your right-hand side, Soundstage 28, where they filmed the original Phantom of the Opera. On your left-hand side, Soundstage 27. Does anyone see that neat poster at the end of Soundstage 27, The Mindy Project on Fox? My favorite show, but also another one of our permanent shows here, even though it's on Fox. Doesn't matter. So we've got CSI, we've got The Mindy Project on Fox. Chelsea Handler filmed her talk show with Chelsea Lately right here in Soundstage number 1. And we've got 2 brand new shows. One is called Growing Up Fisher with Jenna Elfman. The other is called About a Boy with Minnie Driver. And I'm going to show you the success for About a Boy later on. I'll let you know when they come. Now I've got one more permanent show to tell you about it. But first, if you're a fan of the movie Despicable Me, take a look on your right-hand side. You guys are going to see some minions hanging out causing trouble like they always do, even here on the front lot. Now we are NBC Universal, my friends, but that does not mean, like I said, that we only have NBC shows filming here. We've got all different networks filming here. We also have a lot of network affiliates like Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, Telemundo, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, and NBC Sports, just to name a few. Now guys, on your right-hand side, we're going to be passing Soundstage 44. This is the last permanent show I'm going to tell you about. It's where we filmed Parenthood on NBC, starring Lauren Graham, Craig T. Nelson, Monica Potter, Jack Shepard, right there inside of Soundstage 44. And guess what, you guys? We got good news. They just found out that they got renewed for another season. So they wrapped up their 5th season. They're coming back for a 6th season. Very excited about that. Now on your left-hand side, all these brownish-grayish bungalows back in the day, those used to be dressing rooms for big stars like Rock Hudson and Doris Day. Yeah, nowadays though, we just use those for offices and help do Illumination Entertainment, the people that brought us to Swivel Beach. Now you're going to see on your left-hand side a sign that says "Feed Your Fear" in just a moment. That is on bungalow 5195. That's Alfred Hitchcock's old bungalow. But that banner for Hannibal, Tino De Laurentiis Productions, is producing that show right here.
I have not the psychopath you're looking for.
Hannibal on NBC. Very, very scary. Just started their 2nd season. Now, guys, it's time to get excited. We're leaving behind the front lot where they film all of the inside. We're heading to the back lot where they film all of the outside. Look on your right-hand side. Wow! Doesn't that look fake? Yeah, it does. It gets better, I promise. Keep looking on your right-hand side. Then you're going to see our Metropolitan set. There they are. Or our Metro set where we film all of the outside on a very large scale. Now, on your right-hand side, once we pass this building, take a look across the way. You'll see a street with 3 skinny trees and stairs leading up to all the apartments. That is what we call Brownstone Street. And I'm going to show you on your screens where Mr. Jim Carrey stepped outside of Brownstone Street in the movie Bruce Almighty.
Grace, the dog!
I'm in the shower! There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is.
Outside good. Inside bad, outside good.
Oh, you're done now.
B-E-A. Beautiful. That's right, guys. Right over there. If you happen to be watching the Mindy Project, that's where they film all the time because it looks like New York. So Mindy Kaling's apartment in the show is always filmed right over there. They filmed tons of things over the years. The Academy Award-winning movie The Sting with Robert Redford also filmed a little piece right over there on our Brownstone Street. Now, you guys, if it feels like Jennifer has got this tram going up to 88 miles per hour, I'm sorry, 0.88. That says fast as she's allowed to go, you guys. But there's a reason. As we turn this corner, I want you guys to look on your left-hand side. You'll see an area with a city hall and a gazebo. This is what we call the Courthouse Square. But you guys might recognize that building as the Clock Tower from Back to the Future. Now, whenever I'm giving private tours, I always get asked the same question, where's the clock, right? Where's the clock? They had to take it down. It was so recognizable as the Clock Tower. If you were going to watch anything else, you'd say, oh, that's the Clock Tower from Back to the Future. So they had to take it down. In fact, this whole area, you guys, was used as the town of Grandview in the TV show Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah, and those white columns you saw on the Clock Tower, those are actually still there. It's right behind that brick facade. And that, if you peel back that layer, you'd see those white columns still to this day. Now, I did say that is a facade. That's just the front, a little bit of the sides of the building. There's absolutely nothing inside there except for a wooden infrastructure. And most of these buildings out here are just facades. There's nothing inside except for a small shell. We always film the outsides out here. Now that looks like what a small town might look like, so I think we should head to the big city. If I have any friends visiting me here today from the East Coast, you're going to feel right at home here. This is what we call New York Street. And we have everything that the real New York has, theaters and restaurants. And you know what? My co-host Jimmy Fallon, he has spent a lot of time in New York. He wants to tell you a little bit more about this area.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. What's that mugged over there? An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Wow, you guys, so many amazing movies and TV shows have filmed right where we are right now. All right, big blockbuster movies like Transformers. That's right, when Shia LaBeouf was running down the street and all the buildings were exploding right here. Also Captain America, First Avenger, The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, and tons of TV shows. Now remember, I said it doesn't only have to be an NBC show, even though, you know, all of our permanent shows are filming here all the time. But episodes of Castle are filmed right here where we are, NCIS, How I Met Your Mother, pretty much any show you can think of that films in LA at one point or another has probably rented out these sets to film an episode or two on. Now that blue building that is on your right-hand side that looks way more modern, blue and steel, if you YouTube the Britney Spears music video, I Wanna Go, you will see that building because it's featured prominently in the entire video. That's right, we have tons of musical artists coming here to film on our backlot sets too. In fact, Lady Gaga filmed her Edge of Glory music video right here as well. So we've got commercials, music videos, TV shows, films, all filming right here. Now, back in 2008, we had a little fire here on the backlot. When I say little, you guys, I mean little. It burned down 4 acres of everything you're seeing right now. The only thing it didn't burn down was Courthouse Square when we saw the clock tower from Back to the Future. That area, a little tiny street on the part of it. The rest, everything you're looking at right now, had to be completely rebuilt from the ground up. But the cool thing is we got to rebuild it bigger and better than ever. Take a look. That fast, you guys. Almost. Now there's a man who helped us rebuild these sets because take a look now, you guys, the detail is so amazing. We made them to be HD ready. That stands for high definition because a lot of you watch TV in HD nowadays. And that's why the detail is so specific. There's a man who helped us rebuild these sets. You might recognize his name. Just a guy named Steven Spielberg. Yeah, he helped us rebuild all the sets. If you love him and his movies, we're going to see more later on about some of the films that he created. Now I'm going to teach you guys a couple little secrets before we head out of this area. First of all, I want you to take a look at all the brick and stonework on all of these buildings. Well, this is Hollywood, so I'm going to tell you, it's fake. Yeah, totally fake. Anytime you see brick or stone on any of these sets, it's fake. It's sheets of plaster wrapped in fiberglass. In fact, if you have really great vision, unlike me, I know, you might be able to see staples in the brick walls, which you'd never see in a real brick wall, because they're sheets of plaster that are stapled against the wall. Why do we do that? Well, it makes it a lot easier to change it when we need to. Instead of taking down back and forth real brick walls, we can simply change out the fronts of the facades. And they want to change them all the time. In fact, this is New York Street, but it doesn't always have to be New York. They can make it any city or any time period they want. For example, it was my hometown of Chicago in the movie Blues Brothers. I'll show you what I mean right now.
When the Pinto fell and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, you're not a good idea.
When people ask me, all of the movies I've ever done, what was the most satisfying and the most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive, and trained with the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
Danny called John America's Guest because just you walk in anybody's house.
During the shooting of the movie, John was missing, we couldn't find him.
Danny went off looking for him and saw a light on in this one house, not looking for him.
He said, sir, we're doing a movie down here, we're looking for one of our actors. Oh, John, yeah, he's on my couch. He came in, he had a snack a couple hours ago, he's sleeping. He was America's Guest, I mean, literally that time.
All right, my friends, we're going to get out of this area in just a moment. So get your last looks in here. I'm going to tell you one more big secret. Take a look down on the sidewalk on either side. You'll see these little squares that are every couple of feet. They have a little hole in them. Well, if you lifted one of those up, which I've done many times, underneath, there's just a plug. Like, if I had a hairdryer, plug it in right down there. Why do they have those? Well, remember earlier we saw some street lamps and signs and lampposts hanging out? They can literally plug those into anywhere those squares are. And that way they can change the way these streets look. So they want to make it another time period. They can plug in old-fashioned lampposts. If they want to have a bunch of street signs, make sure to see it's New York or Chicago. That's how they can change the way these sets look from project to project. Now, we've worked with some pretty awesome directors here on the lot, and I'm going to introduce you guys to one more right now. He made a little movie about a big monkey. That's right, you guys. I'm talking about Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up into the future. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Star Wars, and it's great to have you along for the ride.
We're going into darkness. I'm going to cut it off here.
3D immersive.